So we are approaching now the area of Meteórák. You can see more clearly in front and on the left a part of the monasteries. The formation of those rocks dates to the Tritogenic era, when water has passed from this area and then into the east side to the Aegean Sea. The material of the rocks, as we will
Nu är det ju tengerbabbel. Ott voltunk fent tegnap, ott sétáltunk le. everywhere in Greece, so it will be here our stop. The time now is 8:30. At 9 o'clock we shall leave from our stop, approximately at 9 o'clock. I
wish you to enjoy your first stop, and just after the stop I'm going to give you some more information about the area. Thank you. You know what? There are some buses, we have them nowadays. It was a part of the Ottoman Empire. Many are the fingerprints of the Turkish passage, of the Ottoman passage, still today in Ioannina. There is a big citadel which dates from the Ottoman period with two mosques on inside the citadel that are nowadays housing museums. Here in Ioannina, inside the citadel, we have got the palace of Ali Pasha, the most famous Turco-Albanian governor during the Turkish occupation. Maybe you have heard the name of Ali Pasha from the castle which is situated nearby Barga in the village of Atousa. He was a governor on the 17th century who had built different castles and citadels around the area in order to control it and occupy it. And actually during that period and after the 16th, 17th century until the Second World War, we had got also a big Jewish community living in the city of Ioannina. Approximately 2,000 were the Jews living here. That most of them, of course, after the Second World War, they had been sent to the Auschwitz camps. So nowadays only a very small Jewish community lives here in Ioannina, approximately 60 people. And we can find today the biggest synagogue of the Balkan countries here in Ioannina. I'm giving you this information just to realize that in this city, in Ioannina, we had got a population of Christian Orthodox Greeks, of Jews and Turks, Muslims, so a mix of population, a mix of civilization that were living here for approximately 300 years together. So even today we have got many fingerprints of this passage of all those civilizations. Ioannina is a very safe city, not with a lot of traffic, beautiful city, and it lies next to the lake that we will see in a little while, called Pamvotis Lake. A beautiful lake, famous for rowing races. The team of Ioannina was the first in rowing races in the last Olympic Games. And actually the lake of Ioannina, it is protected by the ecological network Natura 2000, the European Ecological Network Natura 2000, since it is a very important passage between Europe and Africa, from many kinds of birds and raptors. About 167 birds are passing from this area or nesting in this area of the lake of Ioannina. In the lake of Ioannina, we will see in a little while a small island called the Nisaki. It means the small island in Greek, where nowadays we have got some monasteries dating from the 15th and 16th century. The same painters had painting the monasteries of Meteórák that we are visiting nowadays. And actually inside the island of Ioannina, we have got also a museum dedicated to the life of Ali Pasha, the last days of Ali Pasha, since this famous Turk Albanian government had been killed, murdered in the island of Ioannina. So many visitors are passing to this island through some small taxi boats. Their daily taxi boats very often. And there is also a small population of 150 people who are living nowadays on the island of Ioannina. Most of them are working in tourism, and they are also fishermen. So if you visit the city center of Ioannina, you will see definitely the small boats that are passing from Ioannina to the island. Many are the visitors during the whole year round. Many school trips are coming in the winter time. Tourists or passengers in the summertime that are visiting this place, the area of Ioannina. So as we are driving through the nearest mountain of Ioannina, the mountain called Meteórák, and we drive up to the mountains, we will be able to see in a little while on our left hand side the rest of the city. Weather. So now this part is of the motorway is full with tunnels since we start to drive in the mountains of Greece and in the longest mountain range called the Pindos mountain range. This is the longest tunnel of the motorway, 4.6 kilometers length. As you can see, it is not a motorway very busy with cars and buses and trucks. It can be busy nearby Igoumenitsa, the harbor of Igoumenitsa, with trucks, either early in the morning, very early in the morning, or late at night, since many of the buses and trucks are catching the ferries to get to Italy. There is a ferry connection between Igoumenitsa and Italy, and many of them they either land to Greece and then travel to Turkey through the motorway, or even to the Balkan countries to the north part of Greece. So in Pintos mountain range, in the mountains that we are traveling now, and we will see many actually as we go to, we are approaching Metsovo. We have got many springs and many rivers. The spring water and the water industries actually is one of the biggest industries that we are having here in Ioannina in the industrial zone. The most famous water industries are the water industry of Zagori and Vikos. And now in front of us we will pass the bridge of the Arachthos River, which is not the longest river, however it springs from our left and it empties on the right to the south part of Greece, nearby Preveza, where maybe you have seen as you were landed to Preveza, if it was in the daytime, a big wetland. It empties to the Ambracian Gulf, this is how we call it, a very important gulf in terms of wildlife. So the longest river of this area is called the Aos River. It springs from your left, from the north part of Epirus, and it is forming a gorge, Aos Gorge, situated in the area of Zagoria villages. The Zagoria villages are famous for the stone houses and the stone bridges, as well as from the gorge that it is formed by Aos, called the Vikos Gorge, which is in the Guinness records as the deepest gorge in the world in proportion to its width from rim to rim. 1 kilometer is the depth of Vikos Gorge, and it is situated a few kilometers from the area that we are driving on to our left. As you can see, the whole area is rats for agriculture. We don't see any fields here with olive trees or corns that we had in the south part nearby Parga. So terrain is rats for agriculture, and that's the reason that pastoralism farming is the main one of the main industries that we are having in the area. The milk and cheese industry of Dodonit is the most famous one, situated in the industrial zone of Ioannina. About 60% of national meat is produced here in this region in Epirus. You might have seen, and you will see many farms as we are traveling. And that's one of the biggest industries that we are having. We don't have any heavy industries here of cars or mobile industries. The only industries that you can find in Epirus are the milk and cheese industries and the water industries. Of course, that's the reason that we are having high unemployment rate. Epirus is considered as the poorest region of Europe. And that's the reason, of course, the unemployment, that many of the population of Epirus is immigrating, used to, and is immigrating still today, either in biggest cities of Greece or abroad, especially in Germany. We had got a very big wave of immigration. After the Second World War, there was a civilian war. So during that time, during the civilian war of Greece, after 1945, there is a very big wave of immigrants from this area, from Epirus to Germany. mountain of Greece is situated in this area, in the north part, and it is called Mountain Smolikas, with an altitude of 2,600 meters approximately, and actually the rest of the peaks that we have got in the area, and observing the brown bears of the area, as well as the foxes, the wolves, and the lynxes that we have got in this national park. So the area that we are driving is on the right. Even from this part we can see some of the peaks of Meteórák monasteries, but we have to pass in between those villages and the mountains that you have on the right hand side. It is an area surrounded by mountains. On the west part from those mountains, Pintos. On the east part from Billion Mountains. So it is considered as the breadbasket of Greece, since it is a big plain surrounded by mountains. The first of the villages that we will pass is called Panagia. It has got the name of Virgin Mary. Like many of the villages are connected with the Greek Orthodox Church. The majority of Greeks are Christian Orthodox. About 90% is the percentage of the Orthodox in Greece. And actually in the past, a few years ago, we used to have even written in our identity cards the religion. It has been a few years, like 4 years, since we have issued the new identity cards without the religion written on it. Bravo, Nikos, bravo. You must not worry, I trust him more than my husband, so but don't say that to my husband, please. Thank you. All our drivers actually, they have been driven in difficult weather with a lot of heat and traffic, so difficult road network. It is getting better in a while, don't worry, not all the roads will be like this.
Dubbla för den. Menjünk le a völgybe. Szervusz város.
So now you have an idea how the old road network was. You can realize how important it was for us, the construction of the motorway, Fermati, as well as the Ionian motorway.
Mit csinálsz?
Ott van egy út, ilyen kacskarikós, derékmagasság.
Látom, látom.
Házad ilyen. Látszik. Igen. Kirakták a...
Kinézve a győrfön az ablakon a dobra, azt elszédülsz.
Aha.
On the left you can see another bridge of the motorway. Of course the motorway is going to the north part of Greece. We go to the east side, now central part of Greece. So the area of Meteora, many people believe that it is very, very high, the rocks are very high, but actually the altitude of the highest rock that we are visiting today, where we have got the oldest of the monastery of the Transfiguration of the Christ, is only 600 meters above sea level. However, there are many small pinnacles around the area, very, very impressive. We will drive in between. It is an area that it is an UNESCO heritage monument, and it is an area visited, of course, not only from Orthodox. The Orthodox can be Greeks, can be Balkans, Russians, but of course from people from other religions.
Kapaszkodok.
Since it is a place with natural beauty. The area of Meteora had was a very quiet area, deserted area. It had the first monks on the 9th century, when they first arrived and lived on the small caves on the rocks. Only a few monks were living there. After the 14th century had flourished and had become popular in monastic life, between the 14th and the 17th century there was the second biggest monastic community in Greece, here in Meteora. The first and the biggest monastic community is still today situated in the north part of Greece, in the peninsula of Chalkidiki, called Agion Oros. However, nowadays we have got 6 of the monasteries that are still in use and open. There used to be 24, but after the wars, many of them have been abandoned, and of course the monks prefer not to be with people, so there are very few in each of the monasteries that we will see today. We are visiting a monastery with monks. There are 2 monasteries that are with nuns. Of course, our guide inside the monastery will give you some information about the monastery, as well as about the life of the monks.
Odito ti capisci?
De nem nagyon fontos. Ezt a látványt nem tudta visszaadni.
So we are approaching now the area of Meteórák. You can see more clearly in front and on the left a part of the monasteries. The formation of those rocks dates to the Tritogenic era, when water has passed from this area and then into the east side to the Aegean Sea. The material of the rocks, as we will see, it is the sandstone and the conglomerate, a material very easy to scarp. The access up to the monasteries in the past was through a pulley system, a kind of net that the monks were using. And later on we have got the formation of the steps, and nowadays there is a lift that it is only for monastic use, so we will use the steps to go upstairs to the Great Meteora. About 350 steps until we get up to the entrance. In the beginning we go down a few steps and then upstairs. A bit of exercise for us. So as soon as we arrive, the bus will drop us just in front of the entrance. We will walk up. If there is somebody who is not coming, please let me know. We will walk upstairs. I'm going in front. I will wait for everybody up in the entrance to give you your ticket. And for women that are wearing trousers, I will give you a scarf to wrap it. Since there is a dress code, for women we need to wear a skirt. And if there is somebody, a man who is wearing short, which is not until the knee, I will give you also some trousers to wear. That will be in the entrance where we will buy the tickets. I will show you where is our guide and we will start the guided tour. There are some restrooms also upstairs in the monastery, not down in the parking area. I will show you where the restrooms are. You can take photos everywhere, except of the main church. Inside the church, the photos are not allowed at all. Half of the monastery, of course, is private, since we have got monks living on it. So we will be able to visit the main church, which is the oldest, dating in the 14th century, the balcony, the kitchen, and of course the museums. If you like, you can visit also Varlam, which is the second of the monastery next to Great Meteora. So if you want to follow the tour first at the Great Meteora and then to visit Varlam, the second of the monastery, it will be the same idea of the monasteries actually. You can do it, but you will do it by yourself. And I will give you the exact time of departure, that you need to be back on the bus as soon as we arrive at Meteora. We will enter now from the west part, from the village called Kastraki. And we will drive up to the Great Meteora, and later on, after this stop, we will do another stop at the rock of James Bond. If you have some things or bags that you don't want to carry them, you can leave them on the coats. The coats will be locked with the driver Nikos.
Nikos Speedy Gonzalez. Gliglu. Se van, tudom, 20 aztán pakják az jön. Pakják levejen lehet, mit tudom én.
Meteora, it is very popular for people who love climbing. It is very possible that in the beginning of and at the end of the summer we see some people climbing on the rocks. And of course we see very often people walking around this area, since in the past there wasn't a proper road network and monks were a community and they were getting from one monastery to the other through the paths.
Ott van felé bodega. Ott a pici hátra.
So very soon we will see the first of the monastery called the St. Nicholas Anapavsas, made on the 15th century, straight ahead of us. We will pass by next to it, and we will drive in between a stone forest that it is formed in order to get up to the Great Meteoron. But please follow me upstairs, then you will have a lot of time to take your photos because it is getting more and more busy, so that we won't queue on the steps and we will pass, let's say, quickly and first from the rest. This rock here on the left and the one that we are having on the right are the most famous with people climbing. We might see some also today. Straight ahead of us is St. Nicholas Anapavsas Monastery.
Ott látszik egy rögtön.
On the right we have got some of the vineyards that belong to the monasteries of the area. And now we are passing near St. Nicholas Anapavsas on our left. And in front of us, up on the rock, we have got the Rusanu Nunnery, one of the two nunneries of the area. Very beautiful scenery. I don't see anybody climbing today. Maybe it's too hot. It is an area that it can be very cold. In the winter time we have got some snow, and extremely warm during July and August, more than 35 degrees, sometimes 40 degrees even here. You can see as we are approaching the small holes on the rocks, and you can see that it is a material very easy to carve. Those holes were made naturally and those holes were, those caves were the first cells of the monks who came in the area. The first monks were called the hermits, from the Greek word called eremos, which means the desert. It was a deserted area. Of course, they couldn't believe that this will be the most visited place of Greece later on.
Ezt küld már nekem majd. Ha most fotóztál.
Jó, mert ez pont sikerült.
Igen.
It is a unique scenery.
A meteórák. Kurva sok lépcső. Majd még lesz egyszer. A meteóra. Majd be. Nagy kolostor. Most csak ennyi tudok mutatni. A meteórák. Nagy kolostor. Még honnan jött föl?
Semmit nem vett föl a táskámban.
Itt?
Semmit nem vett föl az, amit mentem fölfele.
Nem látod.
Nem látok semmit.
Majd odahaza. Megnézzük.
Várjál, ez nem az. Előtte csináltam. Ja, itt van.
Hol a motos? Másik kamera. Annak a izéje,
Nem
tart.
tudom, hogy hova tetted, hát kiveszem a vizet, azt keresd.
Ebben nincs.
De megfogom a telefont addig.
Ebben működik.
Ja.
Működik. Hát akkor ezt nem hoztam.
Másik telefon nem azt mondtad, nem hozod?
Nem hoztam ezek szerint.
Hát azt mondtad, nem hozod.
Nem azt a Huawei-t.
Ja.
Nincs másik.
Ja, tartom.
Tartó, hogy ott van?
Hát itt van. Ha a lábat keresed, vagy mi?
Hát, ezt kerestem. Nem találtam.
Azt hittem telefont keresem. Jaj, látjuk még a miénket? A sárgáik már megvannak. Két sárga.
Fotókat küld át. Körösország, Metszobó, medve település, valami autentikus település. Nem tudom, hol vagyunk. Fingom sincs. Fölébredtem a buszon, és itt követtünk ki. Nagyon finom levegő van. Hének. Van lehúzósok a görög fele. Nem fizetnek, nem szeretik a számlát. Azt nem adnak. Pazáron. Pazári majmok. Nagyon füstölne. És fúrnak, forognak mindenütt. Tizenkilenc fok van, azt írja. Fél négy. Nem, 4 óra. Kurzat. Trail, hogy mi az ott? Nem tudom. Sőlahusa. Az igen. csotrogányokkal közlekednek. EU csatlakozás előtti Subaru. Ó, F6-ra. Mindjárt a cigányt az éreket nem kilöktek. Érti? Camera, café, hotel. Nem tudom, mire már arra, de... Van.
Ett två stolar det är internationellt läste jag när vi typ var på väg hit.